Hi, it's Sandy Parker and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to look at a bunch of nice dies that the people at In Love Arts sent me and make some cards with them, of course. I hope you'll stay tuned. Well, I got these dies and I really love their dies. I have to be honest with you. They always are very kind and they give me a discount code for all of you. It's G-42879 and that will give you 20% off your order. It's no expiration, so if you watch this in a year, it still should work. And I'll go over the dies and put the links below, and we'll also look at all the different things I'm going to do with them. The first one is a simple fence decor die. It's called a simple fence. It's a small fence, and there it is. I'm trying to get my ruler going. It is about 2 1/4 inches long and 1 1/4 inches tall. And I'll make sure to do something with this before we're done. Then the next one is, now they call this a 3D foldable flower die. To be honest with you, these are shells. They're nautilus shells, and I'm not sure where they got folding flowers from, but unfortunately that did not translate properly. They're about, the open one is 2 1/4 inches, and so is the other one. And then they have layers, and I'll do all the layers so you can see how this works out for you. And as far as height, you're looking at about 1 3/4 inches tall. So they're a nice size. Then the next one is called a lemon glass frame decor. Obviously it makes lemonade. It gives you the straw, it gives you half slices and full slices, and then your drink glass, and then your straw. So it's a nice die, and it would take up your whole card because the glass is 4 inches tall and it is about 2 1/4 inches wide, and then the straw is about 4 3/4 inches tall. So it's a nice size. The next one is called Spring Beautiful Flowers Decor. It's got daffodils and different flowers, and then it has this, it says spring and in a flower shape, and then tulips, and then over here it says, oh, I'm so bad at reading things backwards. No clue. I will cut that out for you so I know what it says. And then the biggest piece, which is the spring, is 2 inches. Well, it's not the biggest, it's the most significant in width. Then the daffodils, which are the biggest, are about 4 3/4 inches tall, and they are about 2 3/4 inches across. And then you can change out, instead of the daffodils, you can change out and put this set of flowers on top, and they are about 2 1/2 inches by about 2 1/2 inches. And so you'd put that on the stem. I'll do that for you, don't worry. Then the next one is called a Dragonflower and flower decor die. This one is really great if you're into like steampunk images, because the dragonfly is kind of connected to a background piece in both cases. And it is 3 1/2 inches, this piece, by about 3 3/4 inches. And then this one is about 5 by 2 3/4 about. And then the last, that's a butterfly, is 3 1/4 by about 1 1/2. And lastly is a child praying under the trees, and it is round, obviously, and it is about almost 4 inches across. And I was thinking about doing this, and I'm not really into having images of people in mine. I was thinking about eliminating the child from mine and just having a tree with foliage at the bottom. You'll see that when I do it. So let me cut all these out and come back as soon as I'm finished. The very first card we're going to do, we're going to use 2 of the dies. We're going to use the child praying and the fence die. And then I have a little hello die that I had from something else, so I already had that one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 5 1/2 inch by 4 1/4 inch card, and I'm just going to put glue around the outer edges of this paper because I'm going to do the, okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to glue a piece of cardstock inside that is roughly 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches so that I don't end up having the paper in the middle of the fold. I already used the die of the child praying, and I cut it out of here. And then it goes back in to that spot. But I thought what I would do is I thought I might raise this up. I'm thinking about that still. Before I go any further though, I'm going to add my sentiment. And what I did was I cut the hello out of 3 pieces, well, 3 scraps, one white one and a couple of blue pieces of scrap. And I'm just going to use these to make it have some dimension, and that way it's not going to be as tricky to add to the card base as it would be if you use foam under it, because these letters are so they're just so little that it makes it kind of tricky. So I'm just adding glue here and there, trying to get the tops and the bottom of each one of these so that when I add my next layer I don't end up with part of it not being attached, because you know that can happen. Anything I do, it might be attached, it might not be. So that's 3. And I have a little bit of a white border because I added that one layer, and I like that because it makes it so that it pops a little bit. And I'll show you that on the black. You'll see it once it's on the black, you'll see the white a lot better. And then I'm just going to add glue to the back. Same thing, bottom and top. Ooh, that little letter just doesn't get off of his brother. Okay, get off there. Okay. Things are looking up. Okay. So, I'm just going to lay this on the top like that, and you should, hopefully you can see the little white outline on the top. Do you see that up there? Hopefully you do, because that was the intent. Is making sure everybody's laying down. Got a little bit of glue oozing out, but that shouldn't be a big deal because it's barely art glue, and that really doesn't show once it's dry. I've got a lot of foam on the back of it now, and all I need to do is lay it in place, and I want to make sure that I lodge it up against the right side. So that it's perfectly in place. Got a little bit of foam tape sticking out from under the edge right there. Why wouldn't I? And then I'm going to take my little fence. I haven't decided if I want the fence to go the whole way across, but I like the fence. I think it looks cool on there. I like the white too. I normally don't like a lot of white on cards, but in this one, maybe I'll make it go the whole way across. If it looks stupid, just tell me. Just tell me what you think. I don't care. If it's, you know, if it's bad, I need to know. I'm just going to glue that over that, I think. That's what I think. Even though this is raised, I don't care. I'm going with it anyway. And it's kind of cool when I push down on the fence, the little praying child seems to pop up more, which is cool. Kind of, isn't it? Anyway, kind of like that. Alright, so let me just cut off this little extra piece of fence. And then I'm going to, I'll line the inside of the card with white cardstock so that I can easily, so you can write in it. And it's 4th of July and people are starting fireworks, so I need to take Honey downstairs and then I'll be right back. So the next card I'm going to make is going to be using the lemonade, well, the lemon, I guess, glass, lemonade glass. I don't know if that's a bottle, can, jar, I don't know what it is. We're just going with it. And I'm going to make it so that I have a straw going through it. You're going to cut the first one out and attach it to your straw. Then you're going to cut the next one out and throw it away. Then you're going to cut the next one out and put it on your straw. next one doesn't, you don't use. So every other one you're going to use, and the other ones you're not going to use. So hopefully that made sense. So in this case, I have 2 more left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the next one off so I can show you how you do it. And that one I'm going to throw out. And then the very last one I'm going to glue down so that we end up having stripes the whole way down our straw. Like that. So now my straw is fun, colorful. Then I took an 8.5 inch wide by 5.5 inch tall card base in white. It's from Recollections. It's their heavyweight cardstock. And I glued down a piece of glittery orange cardstock that was 4 inches by 5 1/4, so that I could make sure that I had a little bit of a border around it. Then I have a little piece of acetate that I cut so that it would fit right behind my jar. And what I'm going to do then is, once I have the jar attached to it like that, then I'm going to just cut around it. So then we have our jar done. Then I cut a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of the little lemons and oranges that came in the set. So I cut them out of orange paper and yellow paper. And then what I did was I took a circle punch. Well, I'll show you in the little one. I took a 5/8 inch circle punch and cut white pieces of cardstock, and that made it so that I could line it with white paper. And then I took glitter. When I put the glue on it, then I just put glitter over it, a clear glitter, so that it would look, fun. So next thing we need to do is we need to put a little bit of something behind this that's going to make it raised. So I guess I need some kind of foam, and my foam tape I really hate, so I don't really want to use that, but I'm convincing myself I have to use it. So I've finally got the foam on the back of this, and it's a matter of figuring out where I want it on the card and where I'm going to put the all of the different lemonade and limeade all the different lemons and lemons and oranges. I don't even know what I'm thinking here. I'm just losing my mind. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put the jar, we're going to call it a jar for now, at the bottom of my card. I'm just going to glue on, I'm going to kind of position the bottom of the card so it's kind of glued on. So then I'm going to put some foam squares behind some of these, because I kind of want them to be raised in the center. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very simple sentiment on it. I have a happy day, thinking of you, and hello sunshine. I think I'm going to use hello sunshine because it's kind of like a smile, and I can cut it smaller. So let me just whack it up a little bit. So that's that card. Then I wanted to show you the card I made with the nautiluses. I just took 2 colors of paper, a beige-ish color and a brown color. I put them on top of each other in the dies, and then I tore a piece of patterned paper and put it on the blue cardstock, and then I put a lighter blue piece of paper inside because this is a pearl card. And then I wanted to show you how I'm going to do the butterflies. What I did with the butterfly and the dragonfly is I just backed them with white paper after I cut them out. After I die cut them, I cut them with white cardstock on the back of them, and then I decided I would use this. It's Brutus Monroe embossing folder, and then I'm going to use this. It's kind of industrial. It's kind of weird that I'm doing this with something that's so girly. The back, you know, the embossing folder, but I wanted to use this. It's a mesh that I don't know if you use it for screens or what, but I bought it at a garage sale. I thought it was really cool for a quarter. I just thought it just would add something fun to a card. I don't know. It's a little weird, but we're going with it anyway. And then I just have to trim off the excess. So then I put foam tape on the back of these, and I'm just going to stick them down like that. And then I'm just going to put "Have a Happy Day." I think I'll just put that over to the right, cut it a little bit shorter so it fits on there better. And it's a little bit tricky to get it to stick to that embossing, so I think what I'm going to do is put on some foam squares so that they adhere to the embossing folder instead of just the paper, because these foam squares are a lot more sticky. There's that one. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was if you wanted to use a die and make it different colors, make the actual finished product different colors. Here's what I suggest. You're going to take the die, and in this case I want leaves, so I'm just going to cut at the base of the flowers. Just going to cut right up to the right along the flower, like if you were just taking the blossom off. And then you're going to throw away the blossoms, and you're just going to glue the green to it. But I'm going to do one more thing to show you exactly if you want this to be really really unique. Let me glue it down first, and then I'll show you how to finish this off so it looks really nice. I'm pretty sure you could use water-based markers, but alcohol markers, you'll have a better finished look, I think, because it's a richer color, and it'll adhere to the paper to really, you know, you'll really see it. You'll really see the difference, I think, if you use alcohol markers. Let me try this on a piece of paper to see how dark it is. That might work. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of do some coloring near the bottom. And then I'm going to get a little bit lighter color, and I'm going to go over what I've already done. And then I'm going to do the same with my green. So here's what my flowers look like after I finished just adding a little bit of color to them. And then this one I added a little bit of color, and then I just added some little diamonds. Whoop, that diamond fell off. My glue isn't, the adhesive isn't on the back of that, I guess. Anyway, I'll just hide that under there. Watch, there you go. No, you didn't even notice that. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that it gave you some good ideas. Don't forget, In Love Arts will give you a 20% off discount with the coupon code. Everything is below in the information below the video in case you wanted links to any of these dies. I do hope you enjoy this, that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.